Most real estate leads go cold because someone forgot to follow up. Not because the lead was not interested, just because life got busy, the spreadsheet got messy, or the reply came in at 11 p.m. on a Friday and nobody saw it. We kept seeing that happen with our clients, so we built something to fix it. This is a full lead qualification and routing workflow in n8n. It handles the follow up, the classification, the booking, all of it automatically. Let me show you exactly how this works.
Hello everyone, this is Hardik Sharma and I work as a software engineer at Abstract Technologies. In this video, I'll quickly walk you through one of the automation workflows we built in n8n. And this one is the return leads ingest workflow, and it acts like the first step of the whole system. So the main job of the workflow is simple. Like it takes a new return lead from a Google sheet, it cleans the data, it validates it, it checks whether the lead can be processed, and then sends the prepared lead into the CRM. So the next nurture flow can take over. So if we look at the flow from this left to right, it starts with a Google Sheets trigger. So like this trigger watches the return lead sheet. Like whenever a new lead row is added, and it can picks it up and starts the workflow. This means the team does not need to manually copy leads into the CRM one by one, and the sheet becomes the starting point, and the workflow takes over from there. So, like this is how the trigger looks like. And after the trigger, first important step is data normalization. So here, like we take the raw lead data and turn into a clean format so that the rest of the system can understand. So this part is important. Like because data coming from a spreadsheet is not always perfect. Like phone numbers can have spaces and names can be written differently and some fields like maybe missing. So before sending anything into the CRM, we clean it properly. So this is the node that does it. Uh, then the next major check is phone validation. So the workflow checks if the homeowner phone is a valid phone number. If the phone number is not valid, then we do not continue the normal lead process. Instead, the lead goes to a dead letter path. The dead letter path is basically a safe failure path. Like it logs the issue into a separate sheet, sends an alert, and like keeps the bad data away from the main automation. And this is helpful because the team can review failed leads without breaking the main workflow. So if the phone is valid, the workflow continues. If the phone is invalid, it is logged and stopped safely. Now, the most important part is like checking if the contact is already like exist in the CRM. So uh, the workflow searches the CRM using the homeowner phone number. So if the contact already exists, the workflow checks whether it should update the existing contact or stop. And if it is a new contact, it continues with creating or updating the contact data. So basically, this avoids duplicate contacts and like also helps us in re-entry cases. And like after that, we also have an opportunity check. So this opportunity check, like this is where the workflow checks if the contact already has an open opportunity in the nurture pipeline. Like if there is already an active opportunity, we do not want to create duplicates. So if there is no opportunity, then the system can create a new one. So this is useful because CRM pipelines can quickly become messy if every lead creates a new opportunity and without checking first. So yeah, this flow keeps the pipeline clean. Then we have a guide selection. So yeah, basically this workflow like it also reads from a guide library. So based on the lead's original download or let's say selected resource, it normalizes the guide and prepares the next guide information. This means the workflow is not hard coded to only one guide. New guides can be added in the sheet, and the workflow can pick them up like as long as the format stays the same. So this makes the system uh, like more flexible because the marketing team can add like or update guides without needing to rebuild the whole workflow every time. So once the data is ready, the workflow pipeline or let's say the workflow prepares the final CRM payload. So yeah, like here we have the final payload. So this payload, like it includes the homeowner details, the property details, agent details, lead status or nurture state, resources information, and many more things. So like these fields help the later workflows know like what the stage the lead is in and what should happen next. For example, like flow one does not immediately start messaging everyone. It prepares the lead and like it keeps the nurture controlled. Later, like when nurture is approved or switched on, the next workflow handle the actual outreach. So now after the flow is ready, the workflow sends the data into the CRM, and you can see that this part also has this retry handling. So if the first webhook attempt fails, the workflow waits and tries again. If it still fails after multiple attempts, it goes to a failure path where the issue is logged and an email alert is sent, as we can see here. And this is important because, let's say, because external APIs can sometimes fail for a few seconds. So instead of giving up immediately, the workflow retries in a controlled way. And if it still cannot complete, it creates a clear record for manual review. So overall, this workflow is doing much more than just moving data from one place to another. It is acting like a quality gate before the lead enters the CRM journey. It checks the phone numbers, it prevents duplicates, then it handles the sole property status too, and it selects the right guide and it prepares the CRM data, retries failed webhooks, and logs any bad data for review. So, like, this is what makes the rest of the automation more reliable. Like, the main thing which I like about this workflow is that it is built with safety in mind. Like, it does not just assume like every row is perfect. It validates the lead, checks the CRM, handles the errors, and only then passes the lead forward. So this is like kind of the structure, or let's say, like we usually want in automation projects. So especially when the workflow is connected to a real customer messaging, or let's say connected to CRM pipelines. So yeah, like that's a walkthrough of the return lead ingest workflow, and it is a foundation layer of the automation system. Once this flow prepares the lead properly, the rest of the automation can continue from a much cleaner and more reliable starting point. So yeah, that's it for this walkthrough. And if you would like to see how we can build a workflow like this for your own lead pipeline, the link is in the description. And like for more automation walkthroughs like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Thank you.